Shout out to G-Man Boxing.
On a recent live stream I did, a subscriber of mine left a question, or left actually a comment in the live chat, and he said that Anthony Yarde is being rumoured to be either in talks or signing a promotional deal with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. Therefore, he would be leaving Frank Warren and Queensbury and going over to Matchroom, going over to Sky and the Zone. Now, we know at the end of 2020, Anthony Yarde said, or he alluded to the fact, I think in an interview or something like that, or on his YouTube channel or something like that, that it's time for change and that he was changing things. Now me, I took that as maybe he's looking at changing the training setup. Maybe he's looking at getting rid of Tunde, maybe as a trainer, keeping him as a manager, and bringing in some new people into the team. That's what I thought, okay? Now, I don't normally tend to cover a lot of rumours if, I've only just heard about them, this, that and the other. I kind of like just kind of doing a little bit of digging, and that's what I did today, because obviously I didn't do a video straight after on Wednesday night. I spent today, today's Thursday, it'll be Friday morning when this uploads. I spent today doing a little bit of research. I actually spoke to someone, I'm not going to name who it was. I spoke to someone, and he actually said it to me that, he's heard that rumour as well. In fact, that he's actually, hearing that it's actually got a good bit of validity to it. That Yarde will actually be staying with Tunde, but won't be with Frank Warren. Now, I find that interesting, and what we spoke about was, it was basically to do with the fact that Yarde and Tunde are, they're like that close little knit, It's kind of almost like a big brother, little brother, father, son kind of relationship. But as remember, Tunde Ajayi is Anthony Yarde's manager as well. So, how would that work? Put it like that. Put it like this. How would that work? So, if Anthony Yarde decides tomorrow, do you know what, I'm going to go and I'm going to work with Ben Davis or Dominic Ingle, but I'm still going to have Tunde as my manager. It's a bit, it's not ideal. It's not an ideal setup. So, from what I've heard, and again, until we start kind of hearing more about this, I don't want to speak as though this is fact, as though this is gospels or anything like that, but I definitely am believing that there is some credence to these stories. Anthony Yarde leaving Frank to go with Eddie. Sky and Eddie Hearn would sell the absolute shit out of Anthony Yarde. I mean, they would literally stand him next to AJ and be like, heavyweight, light heavyweight, big guy, mini me. Do you know that sort of way? Because look at Yarde, how similar, although he's not as big as AJ, how similar he is. Adidas sponsor, all this. What was it? I forget the company that used to run ads on Sky during the ad breaks or during the minute rest, and they had Anthony Yarde on it. I forget the name of the place, but Sky, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, they would love an Anthony Yarde for PR reasons, because they'd be able to sell him left, right and centre. In terms of opponents, well, look, we obviously know that Yarde's coming off the back of a loss to Lyndon Arthurs in a fight that I feel, and this is no disrespect to Lyndon Arthurs, but this is just what I saw. I saw Anthony Yarde lose that fight more so than I saw Lyndon Arthurs win it. I think that fight was there for Anthony Yarde to win. Right? I saw him lose that more so than, and that's why I said change the scenery in the team. Change the scenery in the team, because you need to change a few things up in the team. Obviously, and this is what we discussed as well, said person, that at this stage now, Yarde, Ajayi, because if you look at put it like this, right, the greatest respect, Yarde's a very, very talented fighter. I still believe that there is potential world champion there. But if you look at the top of the division, Dmitry Bivol, Artur Beterbiev, potentially the winner of Joe Smith, Maxim Vlasov, I think Joe Smith, would you pick Anthony Yarde against either of them? No. Not a chance, not a hope in hell. He gets stopped by all three. Alright, I think Joe Smith stylistically probably be the worst. I think Joe Smith would walk through Anthony Yarde. Right, so maybe Ajayi is looking at this and thinking, do you know what, Anthony, you're 30 years old now, all right, you're very athletic, but that athleticism could be waning. If we sign with Frank, what are we going to do? We're going to fight Lyndon Arthurs. Who are we going to do? What are we going to do? Where are we going to go? We sign with Eddie Hearn. We've got Sky promoting us. We have Matchroom. They've got Joshua Boazzi. That's a big domestic clash. That's going to go on pay-per-view. If you win, happy days, we go on. If not, big payday. You know, a part of me does feel as though maybe they are looking at securing the bag now. You know, and this is, again, don't misconstrue what I'm saying, that Yarde, you know, oh, they're trying to cash them out, this, that, and the other. No. I think that they're willing to put it like this, right? After the Kovalev fight, and, you know, literally after the Kovalev fight, they were willing to take the risks against guys like Lyndon Arthur. You know, when they dropped down, they didn't drop back down to fight the Travis Reeveses of the world. They actually decided, all right, we'll fight some domestic opponents. You know, Dex Spellman. Dex Spellman is Anthony Yarde's best win. Facts. Right? That speaks volume to how poor his resume is. No disrespect to Dex Spellman, of course, but that's his best win. Right? So maybe now they're looking and just thinking, you know what, we took a chance. We wanted to catch Kovalev when he was old and grey, and we almost did it, but we didn't quite. Went back down to domestic level, lost. We're making good money, added that sponsor, big payday from Kovalev. Let's just go where they're paying even bigger money. Let's try and get a fight with Joshua Buatsi, and that they'll do that on pay-per-view, definitely. And it's a good fight. It's a good fight, don't get me wrong. But I reckon that may be what they're looking to do now. You know? And of course I'm thinking, all well and good if they win. If they don't, we're still making big money. A part of me thinks that's what they're looking at now. Alright? And I definitely think there's some validity to these claims. You know? Like I said, I spoke with people on this subject who are, I don't want to say they're in the know, but they definitely, people's opinions I respect, definitely. So they're saying, no, there's validity to these rumours. You know, these aren't just straight, you know, rumours we can chuck away. There's some validity here. So, you know, I find this interesting. I'm going to watch this space, definitely. I'm definitely going to watch this space and see how this unfolds. In terms of, Jesus, I mean, like Frank Warren, just think of it like this, right? Frank Warren at one stage was selling Yarde and was selling Dubois as, like, you know, the untouchables. Dubois lost. Yarde could be leaving. And Eddie Hearn said he'd be willing to put a purse bid in for Usyk versus Joyce. Eddie Hearn going to win that purse bid. If it's him against Frank Warren for that fight, Eddie Hearn going to win that purse bid. That fight may take place on Sky. If your old Mr. Fish Eyes, though, it's a good job fish can't cry. You know, that's what I will say on that. Lads, I'm going to call it quits here. Let me know your thoughts. You think there's validity to these rumours? And do you think that Anthony Yarde signing with Matchroom, if he does, is the correct move? And if you, like me, think that they're looking at getting the Buatsi fight and just seeing where they go from there, let me know in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, lads. Subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. #GMansRocks. All that good stuff. Lads, I'll talk to you. Peace.